sometimes the truth itself is an extreme. We want the truth. We want it where it falls, where it lands. We don't care who it offends as long as it is the truth. And but as a church, one of the things, as a movement, we adopted early on the Moravian Declaration that in the basics there must be unity. In all other doctrines there must be liberty, and in all things there must be charity. Okay? That's our devotion. They're the basic Christian doctrines we need to agree on. We are not going to allow or tolerate doctrines that contradict the basics of the faith. And we're going to unify around those. We're going to be in unity. About everything else, we are going to promote and protect liberty. The liberty for people to believe or to search the truth, to see it as they do. We're going to defend that liberty. Defend the liberty to disagree. You can disagree with me. I appreciate the fact that we have people in our core team that have some disagreements about things. And to me, something would be wrong if there were not the freedom to do that. We all see in part, we know in part, we prophesy in part. None of us have the whole picture. We need each other, and sometimes we need the challenges of those who see from a different perspective, or we may be on the path of life, but we may be way over on one side. And someone way over on this side may look like they are way out there, but they're still on the path of life too. They're just far away from us. Maybe we need to get closer to the middle, and maybe they can help us. But what we tend to do, if someone sees something very differently than us, we tend to let it drive us to a reaction, and sometimes we both fall in the ditch. We don't want to do that. We want to promote and protect that liberty and try to have, in all things we do, charity, even when we have to address things that we believe are false doctrines, false teachings, even false teachers, that we believe no person is our enemy. We're not warring against flesh and blood. And someone can be a false teacher, and they can end up being one of the greatest champions of the truth. We forever have the example of the Apostle Paul of doing that. So hardened on one side that he would become an enemy of the truth and the persecutor of the truth. But when converted, he became one of the greatest champions of the truth. And I think understood the new covenant with a degree and a depth that was rare and uncommon, and therefore gave us some of the greatest, most important teachings on the new covenant, on the covenant of grace, and all of these things. So we don't give up on people. And even if we think someone is a false teacher now, teaching false doctrine, they're not our enemy. Now, there is a place for marking those who cause divisions. You have to do that for the protection of the people. You have to address these issues. But first thing we want to do is be strengthened in the foundations that are critical for salvation, and then protect the liberty. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty.